Welcome back to the Gen Z Speaks podcast. I am Matt Gutierrez along with my co-host Ibrahim Ahmed.
That's terrible pronunciation.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was good that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Ibrahim Ahmed.
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 There's no
Just messing around.
sound. People, it annoys me sometimes. People like say like my name in like different like enunciations that sound ethnic and foreign, and none of them are remotely close to how you actually say my name. I'm like, all right, well,
Does that happen?
all the time. Yeah,
That's
people just add their own flair to my name.
Really?
Yeah. It's like they act like I have like that accent mark on my name. You know, like
yeah,
in Spanish
yeah.
there's an accent mark.
Ahmed.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Ahmed is the Arabic version and then Ahmed is in Urdu.
Ahmed.
Yeah. How do you say your last name?
Gutierrez.
Do you roll the R's?
4 R's.
No, but do you actually roll the R's?
Yeah. Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Yeah. 2 R's means you roll them.
So Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, yeah.
Why don't you ever roll your R's
Gutierrez.
whenever you say your name? Can you roll your R's?
R. Gutierrez. Gutierrez.
A very weak roll from a guy
Actually-
who's 51% Mexican.
Not accurate. Not accurate. I'm actually very low percent Mexican. And it's actually, rolling my R's, it's really difficult for people to do. Say Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. I just
Not
did
bad. A lot of
That was excellent.
Hispanics can't do it even.
it. Really?
They can't even roll the R. No, they'll say Gutierrez. And
But
they'll
they
try
weren't
to roll.
born. They're born in America.
No, even people that speak Spanish.
They can't roll their R's.
Yeah, it's a difficult concept. So for me to be able to roll my R's and for you to be able to roll your R's, very good.
It's an accomplishment.
Average accomplishment. Average.
I'll take it.
Yep.
What does it mean? Today we want to talk about an important concept. We never touched on this.
Yeah.
Our podcast name is Gen Z Speaks. What does it mean to be a part of the Gen Z generation? The last one on the
The
alphabet.
Generation Z.
The Zoomers.
The Zoomers?
The Zoomers.
The Boomer Zoomers?
Yeah, it's
What does it mean to be a Gen Z?
Yeah. First of all, for those of
Yeah.
you who don't know, Gen Z means you were born between the years 1997 and 2012. So the youngest Gen Z person right now is 12, and the
Yeah.
oldest one is 27.
27. Oh, yeah.
12 and 27 are the age ranges.
It's crazy. I think to be part of Gen Z is being that introduction into technology. I think we're the first generation that was young, that it was introduced into technology, like young enough for it to be malleable with us and can like go into our day-to-day life. I think that's one of the big things, yeah.
So you grew up, like you said, you had a phone when you were in
Second grade.
second grade.
Second grade.
And
Yeah.
how old were you?
8? 7? 7?
You were 7 years old.
Yeah.
You had your first phone. Was it a flip phone or
It was a flip phone.
it was a flip phone?
Yeah. It was called a Crazer.
A Crazer.
Yeah.
That was a company?
It was a Motorola was a company, and the type of phone was Crazer.
Did you play any
So-
games on it?
You could, but honestly, I've never been like big gamer at all, so I didn't even play really games on it. I remember though in second grade, some of my friends they're like, oh, because it was cool, right, to have a phone in second grade, and so during like recess, they would go to my backpack and they would play like games on my phone inside the backpack, so the teachers couldn't see what they're doing inside the backpack.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no, I didn't play any games. And then fifth grade, I got a touchscreen. It wasn't like an iPhone or anything, but it was like a shitty little touchscreen.
What did it feel like when you got your first phone?
Um,
You were 7.
I was
so
7. I mean, I learned to text right on it, and it was really to just to call my mom and dad,
Mhm.
my nana. Like that was really it. Wasn't to do anything else.
Did you not like feel excited that you could just?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because nobody else had a phone. There was one other girl in second grade. She had a phone too, and so it was kind of cool to.
So
have
you were the
it.
pioneer.
I was a pioneer of having a cell phone at a young age.
What did everybody else think when they saw you with a flip phone?
How do you have a phone? Like
Right.
yeah, they're like
It's-
what? I don't know how the conversation when they went home, like talking shit about me, or about my parents for giving me a phone so young. But
So all the kids were like envious that you had a phone.
and yeah, I don't know envious, but they were like surprised, like whoa, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I also don't remember anyone ever being like jealous like of things right in elementary school. I don't think I remember that.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a cool thing. When did you get your first phone?
When I was 15.
15, sophomore
Double-
year. No, you were
14,
freshman.
14.
Yeah, yeah.
14 when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old.
Do you remember we used to play Trivia Crush or Trivia? What was it called?
Trivia Crack?
Trivia Crack.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember that?
Yeah, that was the only
Dude,
game.
we
Yeah.
used to play that so much.
Yeah, Trivia Crack.
Yeah.
Shout out. That was like 2015 era.
That was insane. That was fun.
What happened to that game?
I don't know. I stopped playing that like I think our junior year or something. Completely.
Trivia Crack. But what was the difference between the flip phone and the touchscreen phone? Did you find yourself spending much more time on the touchscreen phone?
Like when I was in 5th grade?
Yeah.
No, not even then. Not even then. I mean, I told you like I've never been a big. When I got an iPod, that was different. Like, oh man,
Why?
I downloaded YouTube, right? Cause
You downloaded YouTube?
yeah, like as an app.
Oh, right.
On my other like little touchscreen phone, there weren't like applications. There was Brick Breaker, that was a game, and there was like chess on there. But you would have to like Google YouTube or like Safari it or whatever. It wasn't
on a browser.
A browser, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I got an iPod, it was cool because everything's so easy to use. I can go on a YouTube app. I downloaded a bunch of games that I could play. I think I got an iPod in like 7th grade, something like that. iPod Touch.
I thought iPod was mostly for music, though, right?
They're like iPod. So there's different types of iPods. iPod Nano, that's one you're thinking about. Then there's like the bigger iPod Nano, and then there's an iPod Touch. And that was it's basically an iPhone without the ability of
Texting
making
and
calls into exactly. And yeah, I don't even think you can get data on it. It's only for like at home use or with Wi-Fi.
So just to browse the internet and play some games.
And play game exactly. It was perfect for a kid. It was cool for a kid because you couldn't like play outside.
When did you get your first laptop?
First laptop? Oh, I don't remember. I think 7th or 8th grade.
7th or 8th grade. But
Yeah.
You remember your first phone,
Yeah.
but you don't remember your first laptop.
I've never been a big laptop person. Like even in high school, I had a laptop. I wouldn't even type essays on. I would type essays on my phone.
Why would you do that?
I just felt it was quicker. I don't know. I felt more comfortable using my phone.
It's slower, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, way slower on your phone. Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I text fast. I text really fast. So I think I text
How
faster
many words
than
per
I type.
minute do you think you can do?
I don't know,
Texting.
bro. Probably like around 55, 60, probably like something like that.
Yeah, then typing is faster
One second.
on a laptop.
How many words can you type a minute?
75 to 80 on a laptop.
So you can type a word faster than a second.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Really?
And I could do like 0.6
oh yeah,
7
true.
seconds.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like longer, like your name Ibrahim. You can't type that in maybe 2 seconds. Ibrahim.
But yeah, my typing speed is like 75 words per minute.
Oh, okay.
75 to 80.
I've always been a super slow typer. Like in high school, I'd also type with 2 fingers like that. And then in college, I got used to like using multiple. Crazy, right?
Why? Why'd you type with 2 fingers?
I've tried to type with multiple fingers. This is such a dumb topic. I've tried to type with multiple fingers.
It's hard.
And I never felt comfortable. And I felt like I would type way faster with one. And because I memorized word, but I couldn't memorize how to move my fingers properly. Yeah.
So your hand dexterity sucks?
It sucked. ED.
What happened? You changed it.
Yeah. I learned to type better because I realized I don't want to type like that in college. And so
Imagine, bro.
I know, being at the desk and people are like watching me type with 2 fingers. Hell no.
What does it mean for you to be a part of Gen Z?
I think so what I really think about Gen Z, I think we're a very I don't want to say pioneering, but maybe a reactive generation. I think that makes more sense to what we saw in our parents. Like you told me a statistic before this about Gen Z, right? About entrepreneurs. A lot of Gen Zs are pursuing entrepreneurship, and the question is why? Why is that the case? And I think that's the case because we see a lot of the rat race that's happened with our parents. And we see a lot of the 9 to 5 and the mundanity of life. And you realize even though, you can live decently, but working 5 days a week to have 2 days a week off, that's not living a life. That's playing a game. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of us realize that, yeah, you can survive and maybe you can retire good, but you're not living a life at all, and you're not doing something of meaning. You're helping somebody else meet their ends. You know what I'm saying? You're the ends to their meat. You're the meat to their ends. Sorry,
Ends to their
meat to their ends. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. You?
Gen Z to me. The thing is, I just realized we're kind of on the older spectrum of Gen Z.
Yeah, we are 3 years away.
3 years away from millennials. How crazy is that? Thank God I'm born in 2000. I think that's a cool year. We're both born in
The
2000.
best year. Year of
Yeah.
the dragon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about that, but it just
Why
sounds
don't you
cool.
care about that?
2000?
Wait, why don't you care about being the year of the dragon?
What? Okay, cool. I was in the year of the dragon. I don't
You
even
could have
know
been
what
the year of the rat. That would have
that.
sucked.
What is that? There's a year for the rat?
Yeah.
What year?
This is Chinese New Year. It's their calendars.
Mm.
So every 12 years, it's a dragon, right? And then, because 12 months in a year. And so then there's like a year of the rat, a pig, a tiger. You could have been
I'll-
year of the pig.
I'll
Yeah, you
take
could have
the-
been year of the pig.
Haram.
Haram.
I'll take the dragon instead. For me, being a part of Gen Z means you got to deal with a lot of messed up people mentally. You got to deal with people who have all sorts of anxiety disorders.
Really?
And well, I don't mean to as like a I don't mean this as a condescending way.
Yeah.
I just mean that I think our generation is dealing with a lot more mental health issues than other generations
Okay.
because we're exposed to technology, like you said, way more.
Yeah.
We were essentially the kids that grew up with technology. Kids grew up with the internet,
Yeah.
right? Like they grew up on it.
Mhm.
They became adults through that in some
Yes.
instances, and that has led to some mental health issues.
I agree.
A lot addictions,
What kind of addictions?
like a screen addiction.
Yeah.
People have porn addictions.
Yeah.
That's a real thing
re-
that affects
Yeah.
people.
That didn't start with us though.
Yeah, but it more so amplified. I think
It
it's much
amplified
more
for sure.
common in Gen Z than any other generation, in my opinion.
More than millennials or
Yeah,
Really?
definitely. I think so. I mean,
Porn
I don't have
addiction?
any data to back this
Uh-huh.
on, but I definitely think so. You know, this comedian, this Nimesh
Yeah.
Patel, the
Yeah.
comedian. We went to see his show. He has a great joke. His joke is one day, you know how people have those ads on TV about smokers? How
Yes.
smokers will go on and be like, I used
Yeah.
to smoke. His joke is we're going to have like 20 years down the line, we're going to have people who are like, I used to be on Instagram 7 days a week. And now I look like this,
Hey,
or now
maybe.
I'm this. It's an amazing joke, and I was thinking about this the other day because that seems to be the case, bro. Because they're thinking
Yeah.
of making rehabilitation centers for people with social media addictions.
Really?
Yeah, that's something
like
they're
people have been
considering. Rehab.
Talking about that too. That look at your screen. Everyone says look at your screen time, and then people are going to flip phones again, right? I think because of their screen time so quick because they had this addiction. So
Well, think about smoking, right?
Yeah.
When people first started smoking cigarettes, everybody did it
Yeah.
constantly,
Right.
nonstop.
Just like us.
People didn't know, like, oh, cigarettes. Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. This is fun. And then we did research on it decades down the line, and we're like, hold on a second. This will kill you. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so social media is fairly new. What, like 15 years old, maybe?
Yeah, 14, 20.
Well, MySpace came in, 2004, right?
True. Yeah.
So,
started it.
but like mainstream social media,
Facebook. Yeah. 09.
Facebook, let's say 2009. So, what, 16 years?
Yeah.
Very new. But the thing is, we've done more research to it, and it's not healthy for you if you're on it
Yeah.
obsessively.
So I think I think that's an interesting point. The latter half of Gen Z is definitely in the awakening of being completely immersed in technology. I think at least for us, since we're on the tail end of it, we had the ability to have a childhood, really, right? Play outside and have friends and have social conversations. But I definitely think depression, anxiety has amplified in our gen from it. But I think that we're also able to see at 23 the younger people, like maybe like I have young siblings, right? Like Savannah, she's 12, and so I'm able to see the effects of social media on her. Because the thing is, like our parents, Gen X, right? They didn't know what the effect of technology was going to be on us, right? Like my parents got me a Game Boy and DS. Like that was
Yeah.
part of this tech drive. But and then the next thing after DS and Game Boy was like iPods, and then iPods it was getting a phone, right? So like Savannah has a phone, and all her friends do, and so we now see what's happening to them when they're on a phone, and it's not so good. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we're able to be that change with our kids at least, because we realize like maybe we shouldn't even be on our phones so much. Why should we allow our kids to?
When would you give your kid a phone? How early or late?
In high school for sure, after like 15, 16. Like
R-
phone,
yeah, a phone.
like an iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah, like 16, probably 15, 16.
But a
That's probably a
flip
good
phone.
age. Younger.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I say now. I might give in. I think another thing though.
Do
about
not give
that,
in.
But what's the reason for it? What's the reason with having a flip phone over an iPhone? Is because you're trying to keep your kid from impulse, right? Impulse behavior. Because if they're having an iPhone, they're able to download apps, they're able to do stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so even more than maybe restricting them from having that phone, it's having discipline in your child. I think that's more important because the circumstances are going to continue to evolve and evolve and evolve, and we're not going to know how to deal with it. But the one thing that has never failed human nature, right, is discipline, is combating that impulse behavior.
I think it's just very hard to do. It's very hard to. So how many
It's
kids?
hard to live life, man.
I think though you can instill habits. So I would tell my kid, I would give my kid a flip phone,
mm-hmm.
and I would just tell them to take up reading. Like I would want to instill reading as a habit. You know, a lot of people
Reading
go
on
on their
their
phone.
phone?
No, just reading, like a physical book
Yeah.
instead of going on your phone.
Yeah, I agree.
Because a lot of parents don't want their kids to go on a phone, but they don't have any other habits.
Right.
If your kid's not gonna go on their phone, what else are they gonna do? Maybe play outside, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I think you should instill habits
Mm-hmm.
that they are just accustomed to more so than looking at a screen. For example,
Yeah.
reading a physical book. Like get them to read physical things.
Even then, man, like I'm sure you were reading before you had your first smartphone, right? And then did your reading slowly die down?
The thing is, I was never a big reader. My sisters were always obsessive readers, and they
Okay.
still read to this day.
And do they read more than they're on their phone?
Yes.
They do.
I think so. Well, I don't know about now, because I don't know, because my youngest is in college, so I'm not
Yeah.
around her all the time, but I think
They do read a lot.
they still read a lot for the
Yeah.
most part. They haven't stopped reading. Like,
Why
they
didn't you
do
read so much?
I don't know why. I was always into like outdoorsy stuff, like playing
Mm.
cricket or just with my friends.
Yeah.
Like outside. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I think habits go into discipline as well, right?
I agree. But the thing is, like, it's so, every single thing
Yeah.
happens on your phone now.
Everything does.
Like everything.
And that's the other thing. It's like if you keep your kid away from the phone, socially they're going to be deprived because like growing up, we talked about TV shows, right? Because that was so big, or like DS games like Pokemon. And if my parents didn't get that, then I wouldn't be part of the conversation at school, and maybe socially I'd be lacking. And so they'll be out of the conversation.
Well, I think the future question actually is going to be VR, virtual reality.
Maybe.
It's probably going to be that. By the time we have kids and they go
Yeah.
to school, it's not even going to be phones. It's going to be like VR.
I hope
How?
not.
When do you want to put goggles on your kids' faces?
I don't want to put goggles on my kid's face.
The thing is, people said that 10 years ago with phones. I don't want
Yeah.
to give my kid a phone, and then everybody has a phone, uses a phone, needs a phone.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the same thing with virtual reality. You'll need virtual reality. Everything will happen in virtual
Maybe.
reality. It'll
Even
be a
then, though-
part of society and culture.
Yeah. Even then, though, like, discipline won't fail. Like, if you're able to, it's hard, but nothing in life's easy, right? Like, you're doing a very hard route trying to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. It's hard.
It is.
It gives you joy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, but I'm telling you, but that for me, like I'm 23, but telling a 14-year-old kid, you give them an iPhone, stop going on it all the time.
you
it
don't
can
have to
work.
say it like that, though.
Yeah, no, you
know?
can definitely make it work, but I
Yeah.
just think it's better to give them at a later age than earlier, like maybe 16.
I don't
But then
know.
the thing is, they're gonna be the odd one person out, right? Like when everybody
the
is
thing.
on their. But maybe
And you
that's
don't
a
want
good thing.
No, bro, it's never
Do
a
you
good
want your
thing.
kids sending streaks to people, bro? At 15?
No,
that's
of
all these
course
kids
not,
do
but-
on Snapchat. Literally, what can I just say? What is the point of streaks? While we're
There's no
talking about
point,
this,
There's no point.
like,
there's
what
no
is the point? You're just sending a screenshot, or not screenshots? Are you sending a photo of
Yeah.
whatever is in front of you or your face to the other person every single day? And the key is to never quit.
I remember in high school when we were doing it, because you would do it. I'm sure you had done it.
I did it, bro, and I was obsessed with, like, oh my god,
Yeah, exactly.
I got like 23 points, but then I stopped, bro. I literally
Yeah.
3 weeks into it, I was like, this is crap. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this.
but
I don't care at
the
all.
The reason for doing it, I think, is like credibility. Like, oh, I have. When people look at your phone, I think that's what it ends up being down to. You show like your Snapchat to your friend's phone, and they're like, "How do you have so many streaks?" And it's like 30 people. It's like, and that's cool to you. That's cool to kids that they're talking to this many people. It ends up being a social thing, bro. It's like a social hierarchy thing.
I didn't even know there's a Snapchat score. Did you know this? Like, people
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at your
yeah.
score, and
Yeah.
the thing is, the more streaks you send, the more you use Snapchat, the higher your score
The
is.
more you use Snapchat, the higher your score is. Yeah.
My score was bad, bro.
Yeah, mine was bad too.
I know somebody who was like, they don't use Snapchat anymore, but this person was like, their score was 200,000, bro.
Yeah, that's not even that crazy.
Really?
Mine was like 30,000 or something.
30?
Yeah, like 30.
Bro, mine was like 5,000 or maybe
Yeah.
10,000.
I mean, I was sending like snaps to like my ex, right? So it's like
Oh,
it's like
okay.
every day, you know what I'm saying? But and then the people doing streaks, like that guy 200,000, bro. He probably has like 15 streaks a day, 20 streaks a day he was doing for years. It's crazy.
I'm so happy I don't use Snapchat.
Yeah, me too. It's actually bullshit, but it's okay.
It's-
Good for you, Snapchat.
I mean, people use it across the world now.
Yeah.
It's huge
It's
everywhere.
everywhere it's huge.
Yeah.
Everywhere
Except
it's huge.
America.
No, it's still big here. Just our generation's falling off of it.
Well, the
High
thing is,
school's
younger,
huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
younger like high school kids.
Oh, it's. I mean, even in
They
college,
all use Snapchat.
kids are using this thing in
I
college.
didn't use it as much, but I did use it in college. I had it on my phone as
You
an
had
app.
it, yeah,
Now I don't have it
exactly.
as an app.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you have it on your phone as an app?
It might be offloaded or something. Yeah, I don't use it at all.
Like, is it an app though on your phone?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I
Like,
don't
I
think so.
I downloaded it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what I've been doing, I've been offloading like apps I don't use, and then if I do use it or whatever, I can just tap it and just re-downloads. But it's better than going to the app store and doing all this bullshit.
Something I like about Snapchat is the Bitmoji.
Bitmoji.
Yeah, that's the only cool thing about.
Why do you like
Snapchat.
that?
I don't know. I like it. It was a good reflection of your like, because you could like customize it. You know,
haven't
to how
seen
you
the
look.
Memoji that Apple did?
What's that?
Really? So you can have a memoji of yourself now on when you're sending like voice messages or whatever. I'll show you how to do it.
Oh, of you talking. And
Yeah.
Oh, that,
I've
think
sent you,
seen
right,
that.
of me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I sent you
I've
with
seen
me.
that.
Yeah, mine looks
I've
like
seen
me.
that. That's cool.
That one's cool.
Memoji. That's a smart
Memoji.
idea.
Yeah, so like literally when you're sending voice memos, it could be of your digital face.
Yeah. That's really cool.
It's dope, yeah. Yeah, I think technology is one of those things we have no choice but to like learn. I think Elon Musk's approach is probably the best. Like the reason for open AI is because he wants to learn how to mesh AI with humans properly, right? That's basically what it boils down to. So what we need to do is like mesh technology within human life and like learn how to make it balance.
How do you make it balance?
Keep discipline, dude. I think like making sure that you're not on your phone 6 hours a day, that you're still enjoying life. You're not just scrolling, even when you're at home. You can sit on your couch and like just stare outside. You don't need to like go sit on your couch and scroll. I mean, I struggle with this too. I'm not saying I don't, but even like when you're laying in bed at night and you're scrolling, or on the toilet scrolling. Yeah.
This is something I did recently, by the way. So I don't, when I wake up,
Yeah.
thank God I keep going at this, but I don't look at my phone the
That's
first
good.
thing. I go to the restroom.
Yeah.
No, actually, the first thing I do is I close my eyes, wake up again. I like sit on my bed,
Mhm.
close my eyes again, just do some like meditation exercises.
Yeah.
Go to the restroom, do my prayers. I don't look at any screens for at least 30 to 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, and then I look at
Good.
it. It's, dude, I feel so much better, man.
So when you're
It's
sitting
so
on the
healthier.
toilet, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
You're just taking a dump?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not using my phone. I'm not taking my phone to the toilet. I'm not looking at it the first thing in the morning.
Did you have anxiety the first time?
No. It was actually like I felt like the need to go on it, but it was just peaceful, bro. I was like, huh. Oh my God.
I don't need
There's
my phone.
trees outside my window. What? There's sunlight coming through. I can just sit and
Yeah.
not think of anything. Instead, what I do is I take up a book and I read.
You do on the toilet.
No, not to the
Okay.
toilet, bro.
Oh,
I
okay.
just let nature flow in toilet. I'm
Really?
not like
A lot of people read books on toilets.
right. You know what? Actually, now that you bring it up, ever since I started doing this, I
Yeah.
had the urge to take a book to the toilet, but I was like,
Yeah,
nah. Like I've done it before, but
yeah,
no.
I've done it
Just
many times.
Have you ever? When was the last time, bro, when you went to the bathroom
Yeah.
without your phone?
Without my phone?
Yeah.
A long time.
How many? It's been years.
Yeah.
It's been years.
Well, no. Because my phone. The only reason was because my phone will be dead.
But still,
won't take-
bro, it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
years.
Years.
Think about that.
I've
man.
also taken my phone to the toilet and not used it though.
You have done that.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
was
No,
the
I
last
mean,
time you did
A few
that?
months ago, I read a book in the toilet. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How about just not do anything?
Nothing. I
Yeah.
can't, bro.
Why?
Because I'm on there too long.
But why though? Just try it, bro.
I'm on there too long.
The thing is, you're on there too long because you are using
Trust
your
me,
phone
that's
and
not
you're.
true.
Try
I've
it.
always been like this, bro.
But try it before. But
My bowel issues.
you haven't
aren't based on my
tried it
phone.
though. You should try. I think it's about time you try with nothing.
No, I have tried. 'Cause my phone's been dead.
Yeah.
And I leave it inside my room.
But then you take up
and
a book. You said right instead.
No. Then like if it's in the middle of the night, I'm not gonna read a book.
What
know
do you
what I'm
do
saying?
then? You just
Sit
think-
there. Sit there and try to hurry.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
it's faster.
Yeah. No.
Because this guy, by the way, for
Mm.
reference, he takes dumps that takes 45 minutes to an hour.
No. Don't
45 minutes
exaggerate,
to an hour.
bro.
Sometimes an
No.
hour and a half.
Don't
That's
It's
exactly.
like 20 to 30 minutes.
No, it's way
Yes.
more than that.
No,
Come
no.
on.
Promise you 20 to 30 minutes.
No, bro. I've lived
Used to
with
be-
you.
I know it used to be like in high school over an hour. Not gonna lie, but since I started dorming, it's been 20 to 30 minutes. There are times where it's longer because there's something going on, but yeah,
What's going on, man?
just something with my stomach. My stomach is super sensitive. It's super sensitive, dude. I've been like blasting farts this whole time sitting here because I ate chili cheese fries.
That's disgusting.
I know. Well,
Bro, I want to see you try street food in Pakistan.
I don't want to do that.
I'm going to do that, bro. Oh, will we go to
No,
India or
no, no, I
Pakistan,
don't
bro?
wanna.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
go, but I'm not eating street food.
You were
dude.
literally... But the thing is, you don't know. Maybe
Dude, you
your
wanna know
body's
something
just
crazy?
used to it.
When me and Janish went to Thailand, right? The night before, we went out and just walking around Bangkok, and we got chicken and rice. I knew I was looking at the food. I knew I shouldn't have eaten it, and so it's my fault. The chicken was red, and I was
Mhm.
like, it's not well cooked. It was cooked, but it wasn't well cooked. And the next morning, dude, I was on the toilet for like 3 or 4 hours.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
3 or 4 hours.
Not kidding you. My stomach was
No.
not like I was pooping the whole time, right?
3 hours?
But my stomach just was messed up, dude.
Don't your legs get like numb and like
yeah, but I didn't have a choice.
3 hours?
Crazy.
3 hours. You're not
Crazy.
exaggerating.
Not exactly. You can ask Janish.
So what do you do then?
I
For
don't.
3
I
hours.
don't remember what I was doing. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. My stomach was hurting so bad. I think I was just sitting there in pain.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like I wasn't even using the restroom. I just felt the urge to like be in there.
Just sit there.
Yeah.
In case it comes in.
Because I couldn't like go back and lay down. Like it was killing me, bro. I had to wake Janish up and because before I went, I took
Laxative.
not laxatives. It was but it was pills basically to soothe your stomach if you eat or drink something that's not like natural to your body.
Do you think you have this problem because you're Gen Z?
Probably. No,
Is
but
this a
I do
curse?
think a lot of guys and girls, I think they do sit on the toilet for 20, 30 minutes.
Way more probably, bro.
Well, yeah,
On
but
their
I'm saying
phones?
scrolling on their phone. I think it's like a normal thing. I don't think it's that off.
Isn't that interrupting our natural system though of just like
sitting
taking
there?
a dump?
It's not good. Honestly, sitting on the toilet for too long is not good. It gives you like hernias. It can give you hemorrhoids. It can give you kind of stuff just for sitting there in that position.
Yeah, but even just going on your phone
Yeah.
during that process, it's just not good.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think showering for a long period is fine. Like that's something.
Why?
Because I don't know. For
In
me,
hot
bro-
water?
Yeah,
That's
just
not good.
not hot water. You could do cold water. Too.
Yeah, I think if you shower with cold water, it's fine. I think if you shower too long with hot water, that's not natural to your body.
Yeah,
Being that comfortable for that long.
I'm the most productive in the shower though, man. I think
Productive?
of so many things and ideas and like
Yeah.
punchlines and stuff.
You know, that's a really normal occurrence. And
in the shower.
Yeah. I was talking to Jenish, and I think it was Jenish, and he was telling me the reason. And when your body is in a relaxed state because of the hot water, when your body's in a relaxed state, your mind can flow freely. And so when it's able to flow freely, then these ideas come about.
So you tell me I need to spend more time in the jacuzzi.
Yeah. Think about it. When you're in the jacuzzi, how relaxed is your body?
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not really productive. I just feel still. I don't know.
Still?
Yeah.
True. You want to like kind of relax.
Yeah, I
right?
just don't think of anything. I just sit
Hmm.
there,
maybe
take in the water.
I think that's why, because we have this notion that if we go in a jacuzzi, it's to relax. But when we shower, there's no like notion
of
like,
relaxation,
yeah,
just the
it's
thing
just,
you
like, we're
do.
doing it. Yeah,
Maybe it's all in the mind.
maybe it's the mind, bro. Yeah. What do you most fearful for our generation?
Gen Z. Relationships.
Relationships?
Yeah. It's not. They're just. Guys and girls have gotten just like the boundaries. There's no boundaries. I don't like this whole concept of friends with benefits.
Yeah.
I don't like this concept of dating until you just figure it out. Like, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
Like dating, I'm just dating and then figuring it out, and I'm seeing other people. I hate
Yeah.
this line. I'm seeing this person, but I'm seeing other people.
How often are you hearing that?
I look like me not personally, but
Yeah.
like I have heard that from people,
Uh,
and I'm just like,
Why?
whoa, like what is happening?
Yeah.
That to me, man, is the most like I just think because we have so many options, we're just never satisfied and fulfilled. We
Yeah.
think the other person is supposed to make us feel at peace all the time, but that's not the case. Like they're supposed
Yeah.
to give us comfort all the time. But come on, can a person really do that
No,
for
of
you
course
all the
not.
time?
Yeah.
We're
Why?
look-
Why do people feel like that? You think?
we're looking for quick fixes because come on, when you watch like a sad Instagram reel, you get sad. You want to watch a happy reel, you get happy. So we get instant gratification. We've talked about
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but
So you know something that's really interesting to me. I feel like in older generations, when like I like you watch on Instagram, right? It's like a old couple and the girl's like, well, when you and Joe used to do this and that, I just had to suck it up. When you talk to them, like my grandma or grandpa, and they talk about their significant other, and they just kind of sucked it up, like whatever it was, because it was like a team. It was just they were with each other. It didn't matter if they were perfect or not. They were just that was just their person. And now it just like you said, they're going from one person to the other, looking for the perfection, right?
and the thing is, you can't really get rid of that person because there's social media.
Because social
You can
media,
always
yeah.
go back to the person.
You can't
In the old times,
Yeah.
you could actually cut.
somebody off.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
could just move to a different city or
Yeah.
state and just not see him ever again.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't matter where you go. You could be the corner of Antarctica and still have Wi-Fi. You could still look up that person in your past
Yep.
and be reminded of every single little thing.
It's crazy.
You can't ever really get rid of a picture. Because think about it, you delete it, you go in your trash, you can go recently deleted.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to really get rid of people in your life. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
And you're constantly reminded, and especially if things are fine between you, you can
Mhm.
always go on Instagram and look at their stories, what they're
Yeah.
doing. Come on, man.
There's this country song called "Things Were Easier in the '90s," and it's literally the whole song is talking about this concept of like you nowadays when you break up with them, you can just go back on social media and be reminded of the person. But back then it was easier because once you can cut them off, you don't ever have to see them or talk to them again.
The thing is, these are natural. Like you were naturally curious about people that you were friends with, right?
100%.
You're naturally curious, but now the thing is, there's an answer to your curiosity. You
Yeah.
have the answers on social media right out there.
Yeah.
It's there, man.
You're right.
My biggest fear is
Shoot.
the destruction of the concept of marriage as
The
a whole.
destruction?
That my biggest eventually. I'm not
Yeah.
saying this is gonna be like it's over because look, we just had a guest who
Yeah.
got married. He's Gen Z.
Right.
He got married
Yeah.
at 23 years of age. So I'm not saying it's completely gone. I'm just saying we are seeing in Gen Z the beginning of the destruction of the concept of marriage. That has certainly begun and it gotten expedited with this generation. I'm not saying it's our fault. I'm
Mhm.
just saying things are happening in society circumstantially that is leading to the destruction of marriage. Gen Z just happens to be at the forefront of that destruction.
I don't honestly. I feel like things have gone better the last 2 or 3 years.
I don't know, man. Maybe COVID had some impact
with it?
to this.
I
but
feel like yeah. Also, it's who you're hanging out with, right? Like where are you hanging out? If you're hanging out in downtown where it's all the partying, all the clubs, then you're gonna see that more. But I think if you're living more in like suburban life with like having a family, like you're living with your family, then you're less likely to go jump around.
the thing is, also, it's translating from Hollywood. If you see a lot of movies and culture
Yeah.
in pop culture these days, they really fantasize the concept of being with more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
They also fantasize the concept of infidelity.
Right.
Like I wasn't watching actually. My sister was watching something randomly on Netflix. It's like a Turkish show or something.
okay.
And this girl is telling this guy, what's so bad about infidelity? Like, is it really that bad? And this is like a concept that was being explored in the film. Now, obviously,
Okay.
there's free speech in media and
Yeah.
stuff, but I've seen this in a lot of stuff, bro, that's being put out there. Like, it's constantly fantasizing this concept of being with another person
Yeah.
than the person that you're with. This concept of, like, just experimenting. What is, like, come on, man. That happens
Yeah.
when you have so much free time, when you don't have
Yeah.
actual problems.
Yeah, I disagree with it, but I think in most cultures it was normal having multiple wives and having kids with multiple women.
I mean, you're talking like hundreds of years ago.
Even now, there's cultures like that, like in the Middle East and in Africa.
Well,
It
hold
is
on.
common.
But in the Middle East, though, it's
Yeah.
different. Where there's like it's marriage based, right? There's like the men are marrying like 2 or 3 partners, maybe max is 4. But that's different, right? That's
I've
like
seen a video of a guy who had 16 wives.
yeah, same thing happens in Utah. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about pop culture.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm talking about pop culture
Yeah.
in Hollywood. There's definitely like Belize, for example. My friend
Yeah.
just went to Belize and he was telling me there's no really concept of a partner.
No concept of yeah.
There's no concept of a partner.
It's just based on culture.
But I think Hollywood, bro, is
Uh-huh.
we're just emphasizing a lot on people's sexuality. Like that, why is that such
Yeah.
a core tenet of a person's identity? The person that they are
Yeah.
attracted to. I just think it's like overemphasized.
It
Like,
is.
that's important, sure,
Yeah.
explore it. But you're exploring it to the depth that it doesn't need to.
People
At
love
the
lust,
expense
bro.
of a story. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like lust, bro.
Sells.
Lust always sells, but the thing is we should like as consumers, like I think we're being duped
Mm-hmm.
by the people who are making this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we also have a responsibility though to just not watch this stuff.
You're right. That's
Because
more
that's
right.
when
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
stop making it.
They'll stop.
As
You're
long
right.
as we keep watching this lustful stuff and how I met this guy and this other guy and the other guy after that movie,
Yeah.
like they'll stop making it. But
Yeah, what I think is wrong is that at least for America is we were built on a very Christian foundation, right? And with these specific values, and for our foundation to be churned because Hollywood wants to do it, that's not right. That's different. Like I think Jamaica or what did you say, Belize?
Belize.
Sorry. Similar culture though in Jamaica. Very laid back, right? And these laid back cultures, they're okay with like going from one to another. It's very hippie. That's what they call it, right? Being like a hippie. And that's been their culture. But America, that wasn't always our culture. This has happened, like you said, last 20, 30 years. It wasn't this
in Hollywood.
in Hollywood. Sorry,
In film
of
and
course,
media, yeah.
infidelity's always happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, in Hollywood and glorifying it, I think that's the point. Before Hollywood glorified it, or people actually glorify it now, it was hidden. It happened, but it was hidden. People wouldn't like go talk about it. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm seeing 3 or 4 girls right now, or look at my phone. There's 3 girls. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the big thing. And it's maybe social media or whatever it is, but it's heightened in the last few years, and that's what's wrong. Our culture and our foundation has shifted.
People don't realize marriage really is the key, is one of the keys for economic success. A family unit, a
Mhm.
nuclear family
And
is a positive thing for society.
right.
There's nothing wrong with a marriage that is healthy and, that
Yeah.
produces kids, because that is literally the purpose of life, to reproduce, obviously one of
Yeah.
the purposes of life. And I just think it's not cool to like make marriage look like something that's terrible, because that's happening in media and Hollywood a lot as well. Like
Really?
marriages is like, oh, this is terrible. Why would you marry somebody? Oh my God. Like you don't need to marry.
No, I think I disagree with that one.
Yeah, what?
I think a lot of people, whether Hollywood or not, they still glorify marriage. I think most people still strive for it. They're just like more afraid right now, but I think a lot of people still strive for it.
I think people strive for it, but it's becoming more and more of a norm to be like, you know what? You don't need to get married. It's okay. Like, what? It's not. It shouldn't be like a societal norm. I think it's a good thing that marriage is a societal norm and everybody's encouraged to get married. I don't see a downside to it. So
Mhm.
I think what's happening is a lot of people are making it okay to be like, yeah, I'm 45 and not married, and so what? Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it's definitely not a
culture.
good thing. But I don't think that's like a norm. To
It's
be honest with
No,
you.
not norm yet. It's not norm yet,
Yeah.
but it's happening, bro. More and more people are not
Are
getting
you-
married.
Okay, the people that you're talking to on the day to day, are they like that?
So I've met people, bro.
No, you've met people, but I'm
Yeah.
asking. Majority of people you're talking to day to day, are
Oh,
they
yeah.
striving for marriage, or are they striving to like be okay and like it's okay if I break?
I don't want to
up,
put a number on it, but a lot of people are not. They're like, yeah, I'm not gonna get married ever. I don't see it for myself.
I've met people like this too, a
Yeah.
lot. I have met quite a few people, but I think like the amount of people that want to get married and have kids drowns that number.
It's getting up there, man. Like, look at pop culture though, because you see everybody's getting married later,
Yeah.
and that's just translating to like normal people. Everybody's getting married later. I think that's one of the biggest
Yeah,
problems.
that's true. I
If
think
you
that's a
get
problem.
married super late, like in your 30s, late 30s, I
Yeah.
mean, that's late in my opinion.
Late 30s.
I think like getting married after 37, that's late in my opinion. And I don't see that. That's my number for
Yeah.
me. That's like I consider that like yeah,
What if
you got
people
married
are
late.
Divorce and then it's
Yeah. Well,
it's still
even
late. It's still a late age.
even divorce rates are higher than they've ever been.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people are just like, all right, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah.
There's so many other good guys out there or good
Yeah.
girls, and I'm gonna go for them instead of being
Which
with
can you blame them sometimes? If you're being beat or you're being lied
Oh,
to,
absolutely,
or,
absolutely.
you know, the person's cheating, you can't allow that.
Yeah, if you are in a toxic relationship
Yeah.
where somebody is beating you
Yeah.
or there's infidelity, I'm not blaming
Right.
you for leaving the marriage. But if there's like problems, like financial problems, the
No, you
guy
shouldn't
goes
leave.
broke
That's
or something,
bullshit,
or the
yeah.
girl goes broke,
Yeah.
like these are or for instance, you don't like their habits
Yeah.
or like their sleeping patterns, or you're just having arguments about small stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right? Like at the end of the day, what are you? I think a lot of marriage problems boil down to these things, and then somebody makes a drastic decision
Right.
to sleep with another person or develop a substance abuse problem.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, those all those things you mentioned right there, that's all pent up anger, right? When you first meet them, you know like they have a snore, right? Or when you first meet them, you know they don't have the best job or maybe not the best career path in line. But you decide to stay with them, right? And then over time, all these little things that you're like, "Oh, that was okay." They build up and they build up and they build up, and then you realize, "Why did I make the decision of staying with this person?" Right? But it's like, to be completely honest, you have to own your decisions in life. And if you decided to stay with this person, whether out of ignorance or like hope, maybe that's a better word. There's a hope for them to be better. Own it and keep at it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You got with somebody with an aspiration to see this beautiful relationship, but it's never going to be that beautiful, and you have to keep striving for it.
One of my other bigger concerns for Gen Z is we believe and put our trust in influencers and
Mhm.
pop culture way too much. For instance, even politically,
Yeah.
people just take what someone said. Let's say Ben Shapiro said something, and the
Yeah.
person's like, well, I've been watching Ben Shapiro, and he's saying all this, and you formulate opinions based on the commentary of one specific person.
Right.
I don't like that. You know how like people have followings?
You're right, yeah.
And I'm just afraid that people are losing their own identity and their own beliefs in the midst of all this. We're getting influenced by like pop stars and celebrities and TikTok influencers way too much, where people are just forgetting where they come from and why they believe in something.
Yeah.
So you're creating sort of like mini cults
Mm.
around America and the rest of the world,
Yeah.
where people are getting all their information and entertainment through digital means only.
Right. That's scary. I mean, that's definitely happening more and more. And I don't know how to stop that. I think that's just like a natural result of technology and social media, because we naturally, look up to people that are, there's like a hierarchy in society, right? And with social media, at least the hierarchy is follower counts. And then if they have a high follower count, you like their lifestyle, then naturally you're just going to listen to what they say, right? Before social media, there was probably high celebrities but the thing is, I don't know. Before
There's
social
radio
media-
personalities.
Yeah, radio personalities, you're right. Or I think like presidents, they had a higher, you listen to them more than you do right now. Now you just see them as normal humans. I think before you seen them as like this entity, you know what I'm saying? Like they know more than me. They are more sophisticated than me, which isn't true, but that's the case.
Yeah. Well, there was always like TV stars, there was
Yeah.
movie stars.
But
People
they
were
didn't have a
obsessed with them.
voice.
Tabloids, bro. The thing is, the
Tabloids?
tabloids presented an image about them, which they still do, but nobody reads a physical tabloid. You watch TMZ or paparazzi footage online.
But that's nobody's actual voice. Like tabloids, maybe they're talking about Kim Kardashian. That's not Kim's voice.
yeah, but you're just obsessed about the person, so you want to hear about them from different people.
Oh,
what
yeah,
the other
maybe.
person has to say. You're just curious.
Yeah.
You're just obsessed.
But I do think we're in a time that's never been happened. Like even celebrities, even in the 60s, 70s, 80s, like John Wayne, like these people, you didn't know their actual thoughts. You idolized them, maybe because you didn't know their actual lives. Now we hear their voices and their opinions all the time.
Well, now we have access to every single thing.
Everything, yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian, we can
Yeah.
watch a video on YouTube about her house.
Yeah.
She'll walk you through a tour of her house. She'll be like, get ready with me
Yeah.
on my way to this red carpet. And you'll watch like a 30-minute video of her putting on makeup and recommending you different types of makeups in her outfits.
You've done that?
No, I've never done that. I'm just
Oh.
giving you an example.
I thought you
I'm
did that.
assuming. No.
Thought you
I
wanna
have
know.
seen the video of the house though with Kanye.
With Kanye, I have
See,
seen
like
that.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, why am I watching what their house looks like? You're just curious. Like,
Yeah.
you're wasting time though. Like, what the hell is me gonna
Watching
watch
their
the-
house.
Yeah. Maybe I learned something about architecture, but they don't talk about
maybe
architecture.
it gives you motivation to have that one day.
I don't care. Like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Kim
just
Kardashian,
like, yeah.
but I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you just
that's
have
not the purpose of watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think our generation has access to every single thing about
Yeah.
a person. Everything is out there.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, when they graduated high school, college, every single thing is in public.
Mm.
You know everything about the other person
Before you even know them.
before you even
oftentimes.
know them,
Yeah.
bro. Before you even,
crazy.
you literally go
How many
meet somebody
times-
new.
How many times have you been on Instagram and you find somebody and then you start talking to them and you like you know certain things about them, but then they're talking
Just by
about you-
looking at their feed.
just by looking at their feed, and you kind of have to act like you don't know or something.
Yeah.
Like that happens.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
Like,
You
imagine-
should talk to a person, let them
Yeah.
let you into their lives, not just dive into their lives.
But we just want to know everything immediately. That's the
Immediately,
problem.
yeah.
Every single answer, every
Yeah.
single result. There's no patience. See, that's why I think reading should be a very important habit to instill, especially for our generation, because
Yeah.
it builds patience.
It does build
You
patience.
you don't know what happens in the end. You
Yeah.
have to read 400 pages.
Yeah.
There's signals and signs. That's what you read attentively.
Somebody once told me that before they even read the book, they'll read the end.
Yes.
I'm like,
A lot of the time, bro.
why do people do that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you do this with TV shows.
No, I don't watch the end.
Yeah, you'll watch the first episode and then you'll
I'll
jump to
stop-
the end.
Well, that's different, bro. Because there's a lot of just BS episodes that they
Yeah,
make
true.
in between. So I'm like, I watch the first hour and I watch the last hour.
I've read books where there are a lot of filler pages.
Depends. I think I only read amazing books. Like I've never read a
on.
terrible book. Very rare have I read something and I'm like, I always read books that I know are like acclaimed
What's your favorite book?
of all time.
Yes.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah.
Why?
I like Holden Caulfield, bro.
Okay.
Like I see a lot of Holden's like habits and his thought processes, and I'm like, okay, like this resonates with me quite a bit. Is it my favorite? Yeah, I guess it's up there. It's up there. I don't want to say my actually,
Yeah.
I'll take it that back. It's not my favorite book of all time, but it's up there as a book.
What's the most recent book? Well, besides
Normal people when I'm reading
besides
book.
that.
This book We Were Liars. It's a novel.
We Were Liars. I've
Yeah.
heard of this before.
You have? It's being made into a TV show right now. But
I
yeah,
don't know. No, I've never read it, but I've heard of it.
it's an interesting book.
What kind of books do you read the most?
Depends, man.
Fiction, nonfiction?
I honestly didn't like fiction before, but now I like it. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't mind it. I don't like. I'm saying like I don't mind novels.
Mhm.
I don't like novels that are like super fantasy, like Percy Jackson and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
you didn't like? I loved that growing up.
Really?
Those are the only books I read. I read all the Percy Jackson, all the Hunger Games.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single one of the Percy Jackson books.
Yeah, I used to read when I was a kid. Like the books I would read in elementary school, I read like all of the Magic Treehouse books. Have you heard of those? The Magic
No.
Treehouse. So it's basically like this brother and sister. They have a treehouse, but every time they would go in there, they are teleported to like a different land, different time of history, different world.
Oh,
Yeah,
Magic what?
Magic Treehouse.
Magic Treehouse.
I used to read those. I mean, I only read nonfiction now. I think. Well, no, you know what I'm trying to get through right now, and it's been a terrible time. Don Quixote.
Oh yeah, that's been like you've been
Yeah.
trying to do that for a year.
No. I just started that one like 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah, an audiobook, and it's not even.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like 1,000 pages, bro. The audiobook is 40 hours or something. So I'll listen to it sometimes when I'm driving. But honestly, even that book, it's tough to listen to. Honestly, it's probably a better book to read. I don't know. I shouldn't have done the audiobook.
I loved reading Alex Rider growing up. You know what that is?
No.
He's a spy. Alex
Alex
Rider.
Rider? No.
OG.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a series of books about a young British spy who's like 15, 16,
Oh, cool.
and his parents are spies.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with that book
Really?
series, bro. I finished every single page.
Hmm.
I wanted to be a spy when I was a kid. I watched I
Why?
read Nancy Drew. You know Nancy Drew, obviously.
Yeah.
I read Nancy Drew.
I never read,
Um,
but
I loved all the spy stuff, man. Yeah,
why? Why do you want to be a spy?
it's just cool.
I
The
wanted
idea
to
of-
too, but
huh?
I wanted to too, but yeah.
It's just cool, bro. Like being I wanted to be a spy in school.
In school?
Yeah, but I hope FBI doesn't go back to this. But I was just like, watching, like reading Alex Rider. This was a kid, 15 years of age,
Yeah.
traveling around the world on different operations.
Yeah, dope.
And I was like, and he just comes back from these different expeditions
Yeah.
and like is in a classroom and does not care. He's like half beaten up. And I was just like, wow, bro, what a feeling to just feel like
The
you're better
man.
than all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this doesn't matter. I'm actually out here saving the world. Where all of these kids debate stupid stuff.
Yeah. Dang, that is. There was this other book I read called Nerds, Nerds.
I've heard of that.
It
I
was like an
think.
abbreviation for something. But I read all those, and those were like similar concepts as these kids that ended up being. They had like, I don't know if it was a power. I don't know if it was a power or they're spies, and they would do like special operations and stuff like that. There's some. My question: why do you want to be a spy? It sounds cool, right? But we all like have this like urge to do something that's extraordinary, man. Even as kids, it's insane. What makes being a spy extraordinary to you?
I like, now that I think back on it, bro, I just like the guys. Like you're putting up a front. I like that aspect
The
of
what?
like as a spy, like it's a guise, right? You're
Yeah.
putting up a front, like you're spying, but you're pretending to be someone else.
A disguise.
A disguise.
Oh, you're
like a
saying-
guise.
okay.
Like you're putting a guise.
I've never
on
heard of a
yourself.
guise.
Well,
Okay.
disguise
Yeah,
stems from
disguise.
guys.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, like it. Yeah, man, I just like that. That was super dope. Like you could be somebody that you're not, but you're really pretending to be.
Why
somebody.
is that so interesting to you?
I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, bro. Like like just sitting in a classroom, nobody knows you're
Yeah.
a spy. You're the only one that knows. That's so dope. And
There we go.
Mother Nature
Took its
making its
course.
work on your stomach as we do the podcast.
Things about spies and even like military. In the grand scheme of things, bro, it's like you're doing something that you feel is important, but is it important?
Oh yeah,
You
Alex
think
Rider
so?
was saving the world, bro. OG. Alex Rider was doing crazy stuff,
Oh,
bro.
what was he doing?
Crazy stuff,
Okay, but
bro.
he's not a normal spy. Probably he's probably like this fictionalized spy.
Well, yeah, it's a fictional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's
no
not
way.
like
Bro, he was like
probably
scuba
James
diving. He was scuba diving, bro. He was like literally battling mafias.
okay,
He
it is
was-
dope, yeah.
Dude, it was sick.
Battling mafias.
He was part of the British spy agency. I'm forgetting the name, but
I
I
whatever.
hold on a second. I'm gonna have to look this up as we speak. But bro,
Like
just his
007 he's
backstory.
basically James Bond's son.
He's yeah. If James Bond had a son, it'd be Alex Rider. Because literally his parents were spies too. Alex Rider, spy, bro, and they made it into a movie, and the movie wasn't as good as the books.
Real
but,
like a cartoon movie?
no, like actual real life movie. Alex Rider was
Yeah,
part of
this.
MI6.
MI6. There you go. Yeah.
MI6, bro. Alex Rider. God damn.
Man.
Dude, I hope my kids are like.
In the FBI or something?
No. I just hope like they live out like cool experiences when they're like 14, 15 or 16. Just like
Yeah.
random stuff, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't it's cool. Like just like adventure type stuff. Like just like random stuff, bro. Like,
Like
I don't
what?
know. Like have you seen that show Outer Banks?
Yeah.
Like
Doing cool stuff with
just cool
friends.
stuff
yeah.
with friends, bro. Just adventures, like having
experiences.
like borderline like dying experiences, you know?
No.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like not like
Yeah.
scary. Like, you know what I'm, yeah.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to put my kids in danger.
Danger?
No, but like I want them to have like, whoa.
Yeah, having like it's very nice. I agree. Just one thing I'm thinking about being devil's advocate, like when you grow up, when you have such cool experiences at a young age, do you think it takes away from experiences when you're older? Like it's not as cool anymore? No?
No, man. Everything has an age.
Everything has an age. What do you mean?
Like everything has a different perception of coolness at different ages. So the
Mm.
things you'll experience,
Oh, I see.
the things you'll experience as a 14-year-old
Yeah.
will appear to you the coolest thing in the world, but
Yeah.
10 years down the line you'll be like, "Oh, actually this other thing is cooler."
Ah, interesting.
So your perception of coolness will always
Yeah.
change. So that's not a fear at all.
So the Outer Banks kids, you think when they're 35, they're gonna look back and be like, "What was I doing?"
No, they'll appreciate of it. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh wow, yeah, that was dope." But now what I'm doing, if they keep up with their
Keep
character.
going, yeah.
If they keep up with that adventurous mystique attitude,
Mhm.
is what I'm saying.
Have you seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
No, I've heard of this.
Yeah, great movie. Ben Stiller, great actor. In the movie, he had this dream of being like an astronaut and being like doing very cool things, right? He dreamed of like hiking the tallest mountains and doing this and doing that. And then as he got older, the dreams completely died, and he decided to be not a photographer, but he worked for Time magazine. And at Time there's adventurers, right, that do, and you take cool pictures, and he was kind of like living vicariously through the actual adventurers, which is the whole point of the story. Is it's sad to have lived like this dream of for yourself, and then over time it doesn't become a reality. Like real life sets in, and I'm doing that in quotations because what is real life? It's what you make it. You know what I mean? You can be the adventurer if you want to be, but you I don't know. You kind of like part of your soul dies off when you start hitting the rat race.
People live vicariously through movies, though, and TV shows and books.
Yeah,
and
which isn't a good
YouTube.
thing.
You don't think so?
No, I think it should inspire you
Mm.
to do those things, but you shouldn't just watch and be like, I wish I could do that. Why can't you do it? Work for it. I mean, if it's something that you want in life, you can do it. Just, it's not easy though. That's the problem with all this stuff. It's a lot easier to live vicariously through people. Listen to stories, admire people rather than being the person that may be admired by others, right?
Mhm.
Because when you're that person, you have to work hard. You have to, whatever it is, whether it's trips and you have to save money for it, or you want that car, or you want whatever it is.
I know I bagged on Gen Z a lot during this podcast, but there are good things about our generation.
There is a lot of good things.
Like, for example, we're very socially active. Like, for the most part, say whatever you want. We want, like, genuine equality. Like, we care when a demographic or segment of our population is suffering. We're actually genuinely curious.
Yeah.
And we want to solve it. Now, obviously, sometimes we don't do everything in our power to do it.
Right.
Sometimes we talk the talk a lot and not walk it. But
most people do.
a lot of the times, they do actually walk it. They do protest. They do speak up. And they comment. And I think we're just more socially conscious of what's happening around us. And I think we're getting more politically active, which is a good thing. I think that's a good thing about Gen Z. And I also think we care about each other's feelings a lot more. Now, that has downsides to it and positives to it, because some people are just, like, scared of offending every single little aspect about you. And then you could go the polar opposite of that. Right? Like, so it has its ups and downs. But for the most part, I think my biggest advice to people in Gen Z is stay off the screen as much as possible.
Yeah.
Focus on reading, growing, and, yeah, that's the biggest thing for me.
I think Gen Z is a golden generation. I think we're one of them.
Golden generation.
One of the golden generation. I think something is good. Good is going to come up from our generation. Some reform, something.
Yeah. Well, like you said, we're very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Which is very huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Societies that are entrepreneurial are independent, self-reliant, are much more innovative. And innovation leads to progress, and progress leads to success.
Yeah.
And I think so far Gen Z has proven that they have the ability to be independent and be efficient enough to find answers to things, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it continues, man.
Hopefully it
does.
does.
God bless Gen Z.
God bless Gen Z. God bless Gen Z speaks.
God bless Gen. Please.
We never say subscribe, like, anything. And
people will naturally.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mr. Beast says it, and Mr. Beast got like 100 and what? I don't know, 150 million subscribers.
He has 300 million.
What?
He has 300 million subscribers.
No, dude.
301 million. Yep.
300 million people.
300 million subscribers, bro.
Okay, well, shit, subscribe, bro.
Yeah, subscribe.
We have 530 subscribers last time I checked.
530, I think.
So please like, subscribe, share, and
Please,
I would say listen to our podcast. You know what I'm
listen
saying?
to. Don't just listen to the
audio.
clips.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't watch. You're saying?
Yeah, like just I want to follow my advice. Don't watch, just listen. Listen.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, you can watch our clips and stuff.
Yeah.
On YouTube, Spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good
TikTok.
passer time to listen while you're driving or whatever. Check it out. I mean, every episode is a different theme almost, right? And we have different
Yes.
people on. It could be very interesting. We're getting a lot better with guests. We're getting better with talking points. And give us your feedback too. I mean, we're in baby stages right now, and we're malleable to what our audience wants to see too. So let us know.
Follow Gen Z Speaks. Thank
Yep.
you.